Hey everyone, and welcome to Sip Happens. Life's too short not to sip and tell, where love, travel, food, and a little bit of chaos all come together.
It's Ben and Dustin. We're partners in life, travel buddies, and occasional food critics.
And we're bringing you real stories from our 16 years together. The good, the messy, hilarious, and sometimes fucked up moments.
We'll be sharing everything from how we met to what it's like starting over in a new city, our throuple journey, our favorite eats, and the random adventures we somehow survive.
Plus, we'll be taking your story requests. So if you want the real behind the scenes scoops, you're in the right place.
We hope you've got a drink.
Because we've got one.
Sounds like it's time to get comfy. Now let's get into it. Okay, so we know it's been, I don't know how many weeks at this point. We didn't forget about you. There's just been a lot going on because, in big news, we moved.
Surprise.
Not that we really wanted to, but we kind of did. We'll get into more of those details later, but yeah, so we've been a little busy over the last couple weeks because we moved. All right, so let's get into our not today. I'll let you go first.
So my not today would just be crosswalks, and maybe I just noticed this more because now we like walk literally almost everywhere. But people are just ridiculous and they pay zero attention. They stop in the middle of the crosswalk and they look at you like you're the problem when you're trying to get around their car with, maybe my little wagon full of groceries or whatnot. Or like yesterday, we were walking to the MARTA and somebody was literally running a red light and they were honking their horn like a crazy fool, flagging us not to walk through the crosswalk.
Which was nice of him to flag us so he didn't run us over, but fucking stop your car.
Right. Stop your car if you're that concerned. Like, if you have time for that, then you could have stopped your car. So, just FYI to those that don't take that into consideration because you don't walk many places. Some people do. Stay out of the crosswalk.
I will say, too, we're in a little bit busier of an area now than where we were at. So, that's part of it. I mean, it still doesn't excuse them, but we probably notice it a lot more where we are now versus where we were in Chambly. So,
I mean, we were almost run over in the crosswalk there too, but
true, but not where we normally would walk to. That was walking to the grocery store on a busy intersection, and now we're like on more of a busier road and busy intersections all around. But still not discrediting because watch the pedestrians. We have the right of way, especially when our little white man is lit up on the little sign. It's not like we're walking illegally.
Correct. We follow the sign, unlike most people.
Right. So my not today was moving into our new place. The blinds that are here don't have the cord to raise and lower them, which I know is a safety feature, blah, blah, blah. But they're on my fucking nerves because I can't get them to go all the way down to the ledge on the window. And it drives me insane because I pull them down past the ledge, and when I try to lift them up slightly to put them on the ledge, they go up further. So to all you that have children and don't watch them, and that's why we don't have cords on our damn blinds anymore, watch your fucking kids so I can have my blind cord back so I can raise and lower my blinds to the level that I want them to be, because it drives me insane. I need that little gap to not be at the bottom of my blinds, okay?
Tell me you're old without telling me you're old.
I'm old.
I had no idea.
Clearly.
Okay, so to touch on a subject he said earlier about us moving, the new place, we're extra AF. And we've done all the things. We painted. We've really made this everything we wanted our first place to be. And I'm really, really proud of how it turned out. Like, we really outdid ourselves.
There will be a walkthrough video at some point, but we've got to get our Amazon purchases under control and all the things from Amazon that we bought put to where they're going to be going and the boxes out of here. Like, everything's pretty much unpacked. We've got a few other decor items in the guest bedroom that need to be done, but that's about it. Like, we're pretty much settled within the week that we officially moved in.
Yeah, I mean, granted, we did take off 2 weeks to do all the things, but we moved majority of it ourselves. We just had movers for actual
a bad
furniture.
idea, by the way.
Yeah, we're too old for that shit, and it was rough. There was one day that I checked my phone. I mean, granted, we were up from like 6 a.m. to basically 2 a.m.,
And then did it again the next day.
but I walked like over 22,000 steps in a day, and it was like 28 flights of stairs. So, 0 out of 10, do not recommend. Do not.
We say that, and while it was tiring, we're still getting used to being in an apartment slash condo type environment. And previously, when we moved, we've always had a garage, so like we could stack boxes in there, and whatever the movers couldn't put in the rooms, they would just put in the garage, and we would deal with it later. Well, we don't have that luxury being in the places that we've lived in the last few months. Um, so while it was exhausting, I really don't know how it would have worked if the movers would have moved the furniture and the boxes all at the same time.
Because we had furniture lined down the hall, and they were like, "Where does this go?" We were like, "In the hallway." We
Just put it in the
don't.
hall.
That's a later problem. Meaning later in like 30 minutes. Like,
Right. Once they moved something else in, because it was a little bit like Tetris to get things in. The furniture fits a lot better than I expected it to, though. I was really
yeah,
nervous.
and our patio is a lot bigger. We were
Yeah,
actually able to bring furniture from storage to our patio that we had at our Charlotte place. So that was a
that
fun
was
little
nice.
surprise.
And Cohen still gets his late afternoon sun, so he can take his little happy ass out there and lay in the sun and then pants
Yes.
at the door when he's too hot after 5 minutes and then want to go back out there after 3 minutes of being inside.
Yes,
But
Cohen's happy. I know that's what all of you are most concerned about.
yes,
So
well,
Cohen's good.
if it keeps him from whining at my feet, let him go lay in the sun.
There's that.
All right, so moving on to what we're actually
All
gonna.
right, so getting into a little catch up here. These were just some questions of a little like work um call type of thing we had a couple weeks ago, and I was like, these are kind of fun. So I thought, why not pick a few and we would just catch up and go from there. So, first question: what made you smile today?
Well, first off, this week has been a hell of a week coming back from quote unquote vacation, even though it wasn't really a vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So came back to a shit ton of emails and work and all the things.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing that made me smile the most was logging off at, I don't know, 5:20, 5:30 this afternoon, which is later than I wanted to on a Friday. But regardless, I logged off and was done and felt better than I have all week about logging off. So that was a good thing.
That's a good feeling. I think mine would be we went to the what? Where were we
It
to?
was at the High Museum of Art.
Okay, and it was jazz night, and so we went there, and it was great. And at the end of the night, the band decided they wanted to close with a New Orleans song, and that just really made me feel at home. I mean, New Orleans is our favorite place, and so when they started playing music, it was just really brought a really big smile to my face, and it really made my night.
Yeah, no, I agree with that because I mean, all the jazz was amazing tonight, but that is a good point. It was fun and definitely brought the spirits up, and a lot of people were dancing and just having a amazing time with the New Orleans jazz that they played at the end of the night. So that was fun.
Yeah, it was a good way to see our favorite place meet our home
Right,
and combine them.
that is true. What are a couple things that you're grateful for today?
Um, so we were lucky enough to go to the Shepherd Center last night to celebrate one of our dear friends' partners who has been through some times, and he was at the Shepherd Center for quite some time um, after. I mean, really, it
Was
was a hate crime,
Yeah,
but
it was a hate crime. It was a very tragic accident where he was attacked literally to the very last inch of his life. And thank God for a paramedic that was in the area that came to his rescue, and probably the only reason why he's still alive. Um, he's had a very challenging road to recovery. Where he's coming up on the 4 year anniversary of this incident, and is doing amazing. We didn't know him then
yes,
or before, but we've only heard phenomenal things, and you can just tell how amazing his soul is and how his heart is, and just so proud of the work that he's put in to fight because that's what he had to do. He had literally had to fight to survive this incident. So it was truly an honor to be part of that last night.
Yeah, so basically they chose some patients to do some photo shoots, and basically it's a hallway of hope. So they're going to find a hallway for all of these photos, and that's going to be for current patients to go down and walk through and be able to read these amazing stories. And so we got to go there and see all these photos and actually meet some of the patients that have been through all this. And it was just, honestly, it was amazing and pretty overwhelming to see how just happy they are and so full of life. And I mean, they've been through some traumatic shit. And I mean, we're talking paraplegics and like all kinds of things.
Amputees.
Yeah. And then here's me who's like grumpy because my coffee didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to, or the dog won't poop this morning, or it just really made me realize that I need to not sweat the small stuff and be thankful and grateful for all the things.
No, that's very true. I think the obviously reading all of the different bios from all the patients that have survived traumatic things. Um, One thing that really hit home, obviously, was one of the patients had multiple sclerosis, and that's what my mom suffers from. So that was really, really pulled on my heartstrings, as if they weren't pulled enough already. Just seeing how happy these people were just because they're alive, and the things that we bitch about on a daily basis, that our life could be fucking hell and it's not.
For sure.
Um, so it was just really grounding to be around these people that, and the caregivers that do this day in and day out and take care of these patients and people that they have become family and friends. One of the patients that was there is doing so well that he's opened his own DJ business and DJ'd for one of his therapist's weddings. And he was DJing last night. And honest to God, he was phenomenal. Like, there was a storm coming and it couldn't bother him. He was holding the tent down and still DJing and
Yeah.
living his best life. And it's just incredible to see.
Yeah, I had never heard of the Shepherd Center before um last night really, and it was just great to see all of the amazing work that they do. So that was really a great experience to see all of that.
Yeah, so if you are in the Atlanta area or have any desire to contribute, and this is not any type of paid programming or anything like that, but just seeing the amazing work that they do and the miracles that they perform there. If you have any desire to give to the foundation, look up the Shepherd Center because they truly are doing amazing things. They have the most amazing caregivers there, and the patients, you can tell that they're truly cared for and loved. And that's the only reason why many of these people are still on this earth, is because of the love that they receive from the Shepherd Center. So, again, not a plug, but if you have it in your heart to give and would like to look into that, I'm sure there's a website. We can post it in the description. But
Yeah, and if for those of you who follow me, you probably saw my story, the pictures of our good friend's partner, and I put on the website for the Shepherd Center, all of that. But I can definitely reshare all of that for sure.
all right, Sim, let's move on to the next question. What past failures actually helped you to grow or to learn what you want or don't want?
Trying to make me get vulnerable here. I see.
Well, I've already been crying tonight, so it's your turn.
There's that. Um, so for those of you who don't know, I had a big weight loss journey where I lost over 100 pounds, and it really helped me find myself and realize who I am and who I want to be. But basically before that, I refer to him as Fat Ben, and he could be a real miserable cunt most of the time.
Most of the time?
Wow. I will say, probably 3 4 years ago, we had a partner of 2 years, and he had no problem pointing out all of my flaws all the time.
But couldn't accept his own flaws. Just pointing that out.
There's that part. I think I don't. I think he over exaggerated mine sometimes, but that's neither here nor there. But all that to say that I really chose to accept all of the things and take from that and realize who I wanted to be and to who I didn't want to be. Um, and so I think that really helped me to learn and grow. And I did a whole like self healing journey and trying to figure out all the good, bad, and ugly. Um, and so I think all of that really helped me learn to know what I don't want to be. And I feel like I've shed a lot of that. And now I used to be really bad about blowing up in situations. Like I just wouldn't even like think about things. I would just fly off the handle. And now I really try and gather my thoughts and try and find the like try and figure out where it's coming from and get to the root and figure out why I'm feeling those feelings. So then for one, I know and then I can explain to the other person where I'm coming from and why I'm feeling that way so we can talk about all of it together instead of me just flying off the handle or even like leaving. I used to be really bad when we first got together.
Really
I would
bad.
leave all the time, but that's how I grew up. My mom, when she would have a fight, she would grab her keys and leave. So for the longest time, that's all I knew.
And it pissed me the hell off.
But like I didn't do it on purpose. It was just I just thought that was a way of life. So I think just trying to really learn from all of that. I just feel like I'm a much better person now, and now I can like actually gather my thoughts and process and figure it out and try to avoid it in the future.
Yeah, I definitely think that we both have pieces of each of our parents that is maybe not the best.
Yeah.
And we try to not be that person.
But I think we tried to just like tuck it in before and like avoid it.
Yeah,
And now we try our best to overcome it
right. We
and not let
recognize
them be
it.
us.
Right. We recognize it and we do our damnedest to not let that part of us come out because it's not healthy for anybody in this situation.
Right. Because if that comes out in me, I'm extremely disappointed in myself. And like that's
Same.
just horrible.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. That's good. Your next question.
Oh. Um, what is a quality you love most about yourself?
So I guess kind of feeding off the last question, because it's not something that I love about myself, but it is something that I love about myself because it's who I am. But it also causes, especially trying to, you know, meet people and potentially date someone again, if it comes around to that for the right person, um, is just being vulnerable and being probably too understanding, the compassion, the empathy, and all of the things that come with that. I have come to love that about myself, but it also could also be a detriment, if you will. But I've come to the realization that it's who I am. I can't change that. And I don't know that I want to change that because I know a lot of people that I'm hoping are listening to this appreciate that and love that and have acknowledged that about me. Um, there's a time where that wasn't the case when I was in clinic and was a practice manager, and I was told that I was not approachable and was intimidating and all of the things that were not anything that I want to be described of me. Um, and I've tried my best to not be that person. And I was like that. I wasn't like that necessarily in my personal life, but I portrayed that in my professional life, because I thought that's what I had to do. Um, but I really have tried to own that and have leadership now in my current position that allows me and affords for me to embrace that and to bring that into the workplace and actually care for my employees. And it's okay to love your teammates and actually care for them as people. So while it is something that I love in my personal life, it also can be a little bit detrimental because I just take it as face value and give whoever it is, whether it's friend or potentially something more, whatever, everything I've got. And based off of history that has not ended well, obviously. So, okay, enough of me rambling on. What about you?
I think I have a really, really big heart, and sometimes that's good and bad. Um, I think that a lot of times I put others' needs way before mine, and I put myself back at the back of the line. But I'm trying to do better with setting boundaries with all of that. Um, but I think that's where some people just think that I'm a real bitch, and I mean, there's times where I am.
True.
But I really would give anybody the shirt off my back and do anything. And most of the time, I'm honestly more concerned about how they're going to feel or their feelings or all the things more so than mine. I think just if you don't know me, you don't really understand that.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's definitely something that I love about you, and sometimes I hate about you. But I'm sure what I spouted off about for I don't know how long I rambled on about it is the same in return for you. Is that
Yeah.
I annoy you because I'm like, what are you doing? Why aren't you responding? Why aren't you doing all the things? And because Ben's understood that he needs to set boundaries, and I haven't learned that lesson, even though I probably should have at this point. But it's who I am. I can't help it. So sorry about it.
Well, and in the words of RuPaul, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else?
True.
Can I get an amen?
Amen, bitch.
All right. What things in your life bring you joy, and how can you do them more often?
This is going to be super dumb, but wine, and I don't know that I should do them more because I'm at Deep Roots probably more than I should be, but that's where our family has been since we've moved to Georgia. They've been some of the most amazing people that have wrapped us in their arms, cared for us through a very difficult time, and even just moving here and not knowing anybody, they were super welcoming. So even though we don't live in Chamblee anymore, it's still super close for us to get there, and we swore to them that they're not getting rid of us that easily. Um, so I don't know that I could do it anymore because I'm probably there too often, if that's a thing. But I don't know. That's something stupid, but sometimes a good, nice bottle of wine that Lynn, Tom, or Ryan recommend is, or BJ when he's back because his ass has been at the beach for 5 weeks.
There's that.
I don't know. It brings me joy just seeing how happy they are when they recommend a good wine that we both enjoy and become something that is a regular for us when we're there, or just trying a new wine and they're totally fine if they like. If you don't like it, it's fine, but they haven't recommended any so far that have not been enjoyable.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's definitely like I mean, I didn't really watch the show, but a lot of people reference it of like our Cheers spot, like it's our home away from home.
Yeah, people do reference that, and I understand it because it's a common phrase, but I never watched. Is that from
No, it's a
Friends?
little before. No, it was Cheers was actually a show about
Oh,
a bar.
well,
That was
should
like way back
people also reference Friends,
before
so
our
that's why I
time.
thought it was together.
Well,
So
there's that.
we don't watch that either. I know y'all are be disappointed, especially Christine, because we talked about it on our call today. So, and I know you'll listen because you always do, and you always comment, which we so appreciate and love. But yeah, no, don't.
Well, and back to Friends, they are doing trivia at Deep Roots, but
True.
I can't go
I
because I don't know anything about it.
no,
Sex and the City trivia,
you'd
I'm
be
your
all about.
guy. Okay, so I think one of the things that brings me joy that I kind of take for granted would just be like how active we are because as I said earlier, Fat Ben couldn't walk to the mailbox without getting severely out of breath. Or like we would walk through Target and I would have to stop and take a seat and chill for a minute. So to think like this past Saturday, we got up super early and walked to the farmers market and did our shopping there. And then we came back and walked to Kroger and like walked to Total Wine and like all the things. Like before noon, we had walked over 10,000 steps and like I wasn't phased by it. As to where before, if a Fat Ben, if we had said like, "Oh, we're going to IKEA," I'd be like, "Oh my god, how can I get through that? Like that's so much walking." So I think now little things like that I just kind of take for granted, but it definitely brings me joy to see how far I've come and how, I mean, like I said earlier, I walked like 20,000 steps in one day. That's bizarre.
Yeah.
Um, so just little things like that. But also, I think cooking in our new kitchen,
I'm so excited. I have a gas stove again, and I can't be more fucking excited.
like we just haven't cooked for so long. I mean, we would cook like bullshit, but like actually cooking like meals, and it shows because like when we were at Deepers this week, we were getting comments about how amazing our food looks and how they can tell that we're happy to be in a happy spot again, and that's just a really great feeling for sure.
See, you put way more thought into that question than I did. Mine was blind centered, but you're completely accurate. Those are things
I
that,
mean, I agree with your one though. Like,
yeah, but you're right. That should bring me more joy. And I guess it's something that I take for granted because we have come a very, very long way. And it's things that neither one of us could do.
yeah,
A
I mean,
year, 2 years, really, I guess at this point, it's probably a year and a half to 2 years ago um, that we started on this journey. And we could have never, ever even fathomed the things that we do now.
no, for sure. Like a year ago this month, we took a vacation around hiking.
Yeah, who the fuck does that? Not our fat asses 2 years
Right.
ago.
I mean, that wasn't even like a thing, but we did it and we conquered it. And
I mean, I will say we probably drank a little too much the night before because we were in a, I'll say a tent. It was a tent, but it was a
a
bougie
bougie ass
tent. It had
tent.
a kitchen, a bathroom, air conditioning. Because y'all know my ass is not staying anywhere that doesn't have a bed, a bathroom, and air conditioning. But we had no cell phone service, no Wi-Fi, so we listened to what's that twangy boy that you like?
Tyler Childers.
Yeah,
Oh my God, leave him alone.
Ben downloaded his album, and that's all we had to fucking listen
He's
to.
great.
He's all right, but it was after the whole weekend of listening to only
We
that.
were in Virginia. It was fitting.
Well, the banjo should have been playing in the woods too.
Well,
So, anyways, we drink a little bit too
they
much.
probably were. You just couldn't hear it over him.
True, because you had his ass turned up. But because of the twanginess of him, and just enjoying life, it wasn't in a bad way that we were just drinking. It was just listening to the creek, listening to music, hanging out on the porch. Surprised and amazed. Yeah, we had good food. Surprised and amazed that we planned a trip around hiking.
I mean, literally, it was like in one hand, it was a trip around vineyards, and then the other hand, it was hiking, and we chose hiking.
Yeah.
So y'all are shocked. I know.
Right.
As were we.
You fell out of your chair.
As I still am talking about.
Right. Fell out of your chair, ran off the road.
We did take real good wine to that
We did.
tent.
Which is the point I've been trying to make for, I don't know, 5 minutes. Clearly, I'm rambling tonight, but drank a little too much. So we didn't quite make it to the top of the hiking trail because I got several Charlie horses and we were very close, but I also knew we had to get back off the mountain. So next time, because there will be a next time, and we want to do more of that, and unfortunately haven't, because life has been in the way over the past year with deciding to move and all the things. But we will do it again. It was beautiful.
Powerade and bananas
and electrolytes, and maybe not drink that extra bottle of wine the night before. But it was either way. Even if we didn't make it quite to the top, we hiked, and it wasn't like a paved trail or anything. Like it was real hiking. Deal. Afterwards, we looked up the hiking trail, and it was more intermediate to expert level. We didn't realize that when we planned this. We just saw the waterfalls. Like, oh, that's pretty. Let's do that. It'll be fun.
Because we were 3 steps under beginners.
Right. But we made it almost to the top, which...
Maybe we should pack a bottle of wine to have at the top next time, and then it'll be like ammo.
Well, we did have it in the car, but we didn't take it up because
we weren't driving in the car. We just had it in the back.
No, we had it in the back.
We were like tailgating.
Yes,
in the Benz in the parking lot.
That was for after, and we still had it after because we still did it, bitch. We just didn't quite make it to the top, but the views that we did see and the waterfalls we did see were outstanding. So I definitely want to do more of that. We have to make a point to do that. Right now, it's a little too hot, unless we go to the mountains.
Right,
but I do want to do it again.
No, I agree. In what ways can you be more compassionate towards yourself?
Oh, Jesus. Probably just stop being so hard on myself and to not overthink things and just love me and who I am. And I don't know, just stop being so hard on myself. Like, I've got a really amazing life, and there's no reason for me to be hard on myself, but I still am on a daily, hourly, minute basis some days. Um, so I just need to stop being so hard on myself, I think.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Mine was going to be to give myself more grace in
Yeah,
situations
that's a better
because,
way of wording it.
like, I get so hard on myself because I want to be further in my weight loss journey and I want to do all these things,
Same.
but I've come a really, really long way and I've kept it off. So, like,
Yeah.
that's what I should be focused on is like, I'm still doing all these things and I'm still able to be so active. Um, and I think that's where, like, earlier this week, we were looking at pictures of us back when we were super fat and we're like, who are those people?
Yeah, Ben sent that picture, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I just guess just because we see each other literally all day, every day, like, I don't realize how much weight we've actually lost until we go back and look at those pictures. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah,
Like, there's a whole person gone.
for real. For real, because when I see those pictures, it's like when you play the Chubby Bunny game and you like shove all the marshmallows in your face.
Can't.
But that was my real face.
Shut up.
uh, moving on.
Um, are you more aware of your emotions today than you were 1 year ago?
Yeah, I think 100%. Um, I think I'm definitely no, I definitely take them into play and try, like, kind of like I said earlier, and try to get to the bottom and figure out why I have those emotions and if they're valid or if I'm just being extra and I need to, like, move along and get them out of my head.
Yeah, no, that's true. I would agree with that. Um, yeah, I don't really have anything else to add to that. I think that was very well said. I
Well,
agree.
you actually skipped your question, but
Oh, did I? Well, what was my
is there
question?
a habit that you're proud that you've developed over the last year?
Oh, um,
That was your question for me, so if not, I can
oh,
answer.
um, I don't know. I think that's hard because, again, I'm super hard on myself, and I feel like I've lost habits that I should be keeping up, and will get back into the habit, like working out and exercising and taking time for myself to do those things because it does make me feel a hell of a lot better,
Well,
sleep better, and all of the things. But we uprooted our life in Charlotte and moved, and we've moved again, and so it's been a
yeah,
hectic year. And I know we shouldn't make excuses, but there's also life that we wanted to live during those times, and we made that happen.
yeah. No, I think we're definitely in that. I think since the weight loss, we've definitely been in that like live your best life
Yeah,
mentality, and we've
because we
done
didn't
it.
have the confidence or energy to live our best life
I
before.
barely had the will to live.
No, there's
I
that.
mean, like I'm not being extra. I'm just saying, like,
No,
I
I get
was
it.
so overweight and so unhappy in life. Um, so I definitely try to be. I don't even know where I was going with that. Just try and be more myself, I guess.
Yeah, no, I get that. So, I guess that's something that is a good habit we've picked up on over the last year or so is just trying our best to live our best life.
Yeah, and our gym's way better here than
Yes,
our
so
last
I'm
place.
excited to get back in that routine of going to the gym and getting on the elliptical and also doing my exercises and all the things for core that you started doing. And then again, life got in the way and we haven't
Yeah.
been able to keep up with it. So we've got to do better about that. But in the
Yeah.
meantime, we'll still live our best life.
Well, of course. And also I think one of mine was just being more outgoing and like before I really kept to myself and I would just be like I wouldn't just talk to people. Um and I think I've done a pretty good job with that in the last year. I mean, if we've made a lot of friends, I definitely could be more. I think I was better when we first moved to our last building because I just was in that mentality, and then people were pretty rude there. So I think now it's different because in our new building, everybody's super friendly. Like even if people just walking their dogs will come over and they'll be like, "Hey, my dog wants to meet your dog, and I want to meet you, and you're new, and blah blah blah."
It's been very surprising. I
But like
didn't
it's
realize,
weird.
yeah,
Like it's good, but it's weird because I'm like, "Why are you talking to me?"
because in our last building, literally, people would pull their dogs away from us and like head down, no eye contact, nothing. So we kind of just got into that habit of not paying attention to people,
Yeah,
which is opposite of what we wanted to do and what we want to do, not just wanted past tense, especially being in a new city. And so we just kind of got in that habit of not making contact and not engaging. And
yeah. Like we would still be good about talking to people in like bars and stuff, like our normal spots. But
yeah,
like as far as at home, because even like if we were at the elevator and somebody had their dog in the elevator and the doors open, they would just close it in our face, and we're like, okay,
yeah. We're here, it's the complete opposite. They're like, come on, let our dogs meet. Like it was very shocking, I think, the first time when we were here and like the gentleman across the hall was like, "Hey, how are you? You're moving in too. I just moved in this weekend." And then we met somebody else at the trash chute, and she was like, "Hey, I haven't seen you around. Are you my new neighbor?" And we met somebody else walking down the hallway at the elevator, and she was like, "Are you in the corner place? Because those plants are new, and y'all are new, so."
which warmed my heart that she loves all my
She
plants
does
because I
love
have a
all your
lot.
plants. So it's just been a very good change from
Yeah.
what we had become accustomed to over the last few months being in our last place.
Yeah, I think it's just another um piece of the puzzle showing us we're exactly where we need to be.
Yeah, that's true. Which this where we're at now is one of the places that we really wanted to be in when we were first looking to move to Atlanta, but they didn't have the floor plans available that would suit our needs.
Because somebody thought they had to have a 3 bedroom and they were unwilling to look at any 2 bedrooms, regardless of how big they were. But that person wasn't me. But he's also on this podcast.
Fuck off. And I still miss the third bedroom because, and you do too, because you don't like having a desk in our bedroom. And I don't disagree with that.
I don't, but I do like having a bigger kitchen and having a
Yes.
half bath and having a better closet.
Yes. We do have more usable space in this
We
place.
still have the same square footage.
Yeah. The
It's
square
just
footage is exactly the same. It's just we have a half bath and the other areas are bigger. Like we've got bigger closets, we've got a bigger kitchen, bigger patio, bigger living room. So like
yeah.
other places are bigger. It's just it's in a 2 bedroom. So we have a desk in each bedroom, which Ben's probably actually happy about, even though it is in our bedroom, even though that's not the vibe that he was going for. But he's probably glad that he has his own space and we're not back to back anymore.
You are really, really loud on calls.
It's not my fault. When I have something to say, I say it loudly, apparently.
Trust me, I know. And everybody listening to this knows.
Shut up.
The dogs did way better with this move, though, than
They did.
previously. Like, but I think
We were also able to plan a little better with them
we were,
because we weren't 4 hours away, so we could bring
yeah,
them over when we were unpacking boxes and just hanging out and painting and doing all the things, so they could sniff around and
yeah,
see their things here. Where like the last place, it was like, oh surprise, they were in a different place the night before that they weren't familiar with, and then all of a sudden, oh wait, we're in another new place and my things are here. It was just very
right.
overwhelming for them.
Well, in the new place, I mean, it is kind of bougie, shocker, you know us. And so like the elevator has like the whole walls like mirrors on one side, and it has air conditioning in the elevator, and it has like this air freshener thing that goes off.
Which is piped through the entire building. I wish they'd pipe it into the apartment because it would save me on wallflowers.
There's that. So the first time we went in there with the dogs, they saw their reflection and they were just like flabbergasted. And then when the doors opened behind them, they were super confused because they could see that, but they didn't know how to get
Yeah, they
out.
tried to walk through the mirror because they saw the door open, but it was the mirror and the door was behind them.
It was the whole
It
thing.
was a whole thing.
But then we would just bring them over here during the day when we were unpacking, and then we would go back to the old place. And so when we go back to the old place, they were used to the stairs there. They didn't really ride the elevator much, but we parked on the parking deck and took them on the elevator. When we went in there and there were no mirrors, no AC,
And it
no
reeked
set,
of shit.
right? They looked at me like, where are we and what have you done? And I'm like, listen, we're moving on up, okay?
Right.
trying to
Just a
trying to
couple more
make your life
days.
better,
Just a
okay?
couple more days.
Bear with me. But no, they've done really, really good with everything here, and they're really happy. So that is a good thing.
Yeah,
I
that
know
is
a
a
lot
good
of you
thing.
are concerned about that because that's honestly been the most question when I've told people we've moved. They're like, "How are the dogs and how have they done?" So
Yeah, that's true. All right, well, let's wrap it up and get into our bite of the week. So since we have moved, we had grills and things at the last place, but again, it just wasn't an overly welcoming environment. So my bite of the week is just being able to cook and use the grills in a space that's welcoming and be able to prep in a kitchen that I actually want to be in. And the last kitchen was all right, but it just, I don't know, it just, there was something about it that just didn't fit what I wanted or needed and felt comfortable in cooking in. So this week we've done better about cooking with our
mm-hmm.
trip to the farmer's market to get fruits and veggies and
All
some
the
meat
things.
from, well, we got the meat at the Chambly Farmers Market, but still we brought it with us. Um, but being able to cook and actually enjoy it again was amazing. So this week we grilled out 2 different nights. One night we had a pork chop that was over cauliflower puree and arugula salad with a lemon vinaigrette and grilled peaches.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was a grilled peach caprese salad. So it had the
Mm-hmm.
mozzarella basil and grilled peaches with a little balsamic glaze over the top. And then the another night this week, we just did some fillets that we put on the grill and some twice baked scallop potatoes and fresh green beans from the farmer's market. Um, so that was just,
And a blue cheese wedge.
oh, we did, I forgot. Sorry. That's what
Don't
you
forget the
did.
one thing I made.
Right. The one thing. It was good too, though, especially that blue cheese. It was a little dry, but the blue cheese itself had a great flavor.
Yeah, I should do better about taking notes when I buy blue cheese because sometimes it's too creamy, sometimes it's too dry, sometimes it's I never write any of the brands down. I need to do better.
Yeah. Well, and the, because you had the blue cheese crumbles, which was what I was referring to, but the blue cheese dressing that you had to complement that was not overly blue
Lackluster.
cheesy. So, which we love a blue cheese. I'm sure y'all know that by now, and I know many of you don't, but get over it. It was delicious with our fresh little multicolored tomatoes from
Mm-hmm.
a farmer's market and fresh onion and all the things. So that's been my bite of the week, is just actually enjoying cooking and being able to sit out on the rooftop and enjoy life.
Yeah, and I think just being in a home that we want to be in and spend time in and make new memories
Yeah.
in and looking forward to all the things.
Yeah.
It's just a really good feeling that I forgot how good feels.
Yeah. And alluding to a future episode, we didn't realize how much anxiety we had being in our last place until we turned in the keys and that chapter closed. Um, just didn't realize how much of a toll it was taking on us, um, being there and the memories, good, bad, ugly, and indifferent,
Yeah.
for multiple occasions that we're in that place, and to be able to wash our hands of it and have a new place that we feel very comfortable in and the people here are friendly. um,
And it just feels like home.
it does, and I think the people around us have helped with that too, in the building and our friends in Chambly that we've met. um, so it's been great so far. We're excited to share that
Yes.
next chapter with you guys. And finally recording the episode I know you all are waiting for, to close that chapter. But we will be doing that from a different location. We will not be bringing that negative energy here.
There's that. And that'll be a long one and a
It will
very
be.
vulnerable, emotional, all the things.
because we were going to try to break it up. And I was like, I'm not doing that. Y'all can break it up as you want to, as you feel fit and what your schedule allows for. So we're just going to record a very long episode. And when you need to pause it and take a break and do your life, you can, and then pick it back up if you choose to. But that'll be coming soon. I know many of you are very curious about it. And I'm ready, honestly, to be done with it and completely close that chapter because, especially being here, and like I said, just didn't know the anxiety that that whole situation caused me until we're in a much better location and feel safe and comfortable again. So, all right. Well,
Just one more thing to be grateful for.
yes, that is very true. All right. We've rambled along. That was a lot. We've rambled long enough.
We never even said we were sipping on. We're having gay water, cranberry vodka.
Yeah. Well, before that, so Ben said that we went to the High Museum of Art and we had a couple drinks there, and then we got back home and we stopped at a place on the way home and had espresso martinis.
Because why would you not want that at 11 o'clock at night?
I mean, why not? But they were phenomenal. They were really, really good. I don't know how I try every time when I make an espresso martini at home to get that foam on the top, and I can never do it. I don't care how hard I shake it, how much ice, how little ice. I just don't know how they do it. I've watched all the TikToks, all the YouTubes, all the Googles, all the things, and I can't get the foam to be like they do it in a restaurant, and I don't know why. So if you know how, please let me know.
But the problem is this place could totally be in walking distance when we walk the dogs at night.
True.
So it's good and bad.
It is good and bad, but they were delicious.
Yeah, well, they were.
So
we
did have that.
Yeah.
And now we're finishing the night off
with
talking with you all and having some gay water.
Yeah.
Cranberry vodka. Some gays that are listening would say that would be vodka soda with a splash of lime, but this is our gay water. Cranberry vodka.
Well, and it also has pineapple in it.
Yeah, it has a splash of pineapple. So, anyways, thanks for listening. We missed you.
Yes, and for those of you who reached out and told us that you missed us, we greatly appreciate it, and we're glad that we add something to your week and your life, and I'm glad that you support us. It means more than you know.
Yes, and we promise we will do better. Now that we're getting settled, we will get back on our routine of talking with y'all. And as always, if you have anything that you want us to talk about, discuss, questions that you want us to answer, send us an email, Sip.HappensPodcast@outlook.com, or send us a DM on socials, all the things. So
like, follow, subscribe, tell your friends.
Yeah, click the little notification thing, the ding-a-ling-a-ling, whatever it is on whatever app that you're using.
All the things.
Sorry, I stole that from that cute little Italian boy that we watch on YouTube.
I can't.
He's cute. I don't know what his name is, but he's cute, and he just says the ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling because they're on YouTube.
If y'all TikTok, YouTube, all the things, you probably already know.
You probably do. His cute little wife and his cute little Italian self, and they drive their cute little Volvo. They're just too fucking cute.
She's always making him eat at like Olive Garden and Publix and like all the things. Like this week, she went and had a pup sub for the first time.
Oh, I missed that one. I'll have to look that up.
It's good.
All right. We've rambled along way too much tonight, so love you, mean it, bye.
All right, love y'all, bye.